Welcome back, everybody, to Fist Truck TV. The very last thing we talked about was one of our friends being cracked at like these 2D like action type games.
Yeah.
Like platformer, action platformer. I don't know what I want to call this, but like shit like this, like Metroidvania, that kind of stuff. So, Bloodborne. So that same exact friend.
Okay.
Bloodborne. So if you want to get all the achievements or trophies, I should say, if you want to get all the trophies, you have to go through all of the Chalice dungeons. They're not all of them, but like you have to find like there's an end boss with Chalice dungeons. In order to get to that end boss, you have to do a series of Chalice dungeons. One of those. The worst amongst those is I think it's called the Cursed Defiled Chalice or something like that. So the whole shtick is that you have half health.
Right.
You have half health the whole time. Like whatever your health is, it's cut in half. But on the other hand, things are scaled to probably what they would be on New Game plus 1 or 2. So you're very liable to get fucked up. So the boss at the end is Amygdala, which for those who don't know is like this big motherfucker with a bunch of arms, and then the whole catch is that like later on in the fight it rips its own arms off to fight you with.
Yeah.
They make you fight him in a small arena, a pretty small arena, and pretty much all of his attacks one-shot you or like two-shot you or something. Like some moves can one-shot you, but at the most amount of hits you'll be able to take it like 2.
Right.
I did not have a good time with that boss. I did not have a good time with that.
Right.
That was that was like, you know, demands perfection in a sense to get it down. But the thing is just that by the time I got it down, I got it down.
Right.
So that same friend is up to that part. He's like, wow, this is fucking stupid. And I'm like, yeah, it is fucking stupid. And this is 2015. It's 2015, so we're going on 2015 internet, and with 2015 share play through the PS4, or 2015, 2016, whenever they introduced that feature.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, can you do it? Or you want to try? And I'm like, I could, because he was losing his mind on it. I'm like, I give it a shot. I mean, but you know, there's like lag on this and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
One shot. It was like with lag, one shot did it on his thing, and he's just like, what did, how, like, where on the doll did they touch you?
No, that's exactly what he did for me, but in this game, like, I must have spent a full day trying to make just one jump. And then we did the share play thing, and he fucking did it the second try. Because he was like, okay, I didn't make it the first time because I need to account for the lag. And then he fucking lag accounted for. Proceeding to jump.
He got the download.
Yeah, and then you needed to do it, and then he was like, all right, I'll do it again, and then he did it again just to fucking shove it in my face. Like,
yeah, no, that's fucking Hollow Knight. I have a special hatred in my heart for Gauntlet type modes. Just because, like, I just, how do I put it? I like I hate when it feels like I just wasted like 2 hours of my life on something.
Yeah.
And if something's just really, really hard, I'd rather just do the really, really hard thing. Like, just do, like, I'd rather do that and spend God knows how long doing that one really hard thing than spending forever trying to get down like this 2-hour gauntlet type shit. Even though like the gauntlet might technically be easier, it just feels less annoying to me. Or it feels more annoying to me to do that. So like the comparison I always bring up is like doing, you know, like playing a Souls-like game without leveling up. Like I've done that for 3 of the games, and that's more obnoxious than like doing a boss rush. But I'd rather do that than the boss rush because, like, I feel like I'm progressing. I don't know. It's hard to say.
No, yeah, I get the feeling.
Same with, like, in Bayonetta, they have, like, these optional bosses that are, like, absolutely fucking, like, brutal. Like, super, like, hard as shit. Up there at least in my case, up there with like some of the hardest shit I've ever done just in a game. One boss, the boss fight on a successful go might take 3 minutes. Will take like 7 hours to get it done. I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit. As opposed to like the Gauntlet in Sekiro, which was easier, but one run could take like an hour and a half. And granted, I did it, but I didn't like it. That's the thing. So I guess the point I'm getting to is that in Hollow Knight they have a Gauntlet mode. It was I forgot what they call it. But it was a Gauntlet mode. It was essentially like, this is the end game of the end game content. Like, after you've done everything else in the game and you still want something else to do, here's I think it was called Pantheon or something.
Right.
Here's like the fucking, it's a boss rush mode. There are a bunch of boss rushes, and each boss rush adds a new boss or something like that. Like for the last two or three, I think. They add a cracked out version of so the first time you beat the game, you're gonna fight a boss at the end. The boss at the end of the second to last Gauntlet is a cracked out version of that boss.
Okay.
So it's a harder version.
And this is Hollow Knight, right?
This is Hollow Knight, yeah. And then the actual last boss of the game, the last boss of the final Gauntlet is a cracked out version of that boss. And a successful run of that Gauntlet might take like, I'm gonna guess like 40 minutes or something. And you know, you're going through like one brutal boss after another.
Right.
And I got, if I remember correctly, I think I got up to the second to last Gauntlet, and I got up, the thing that the Hollow Knight does that I respect at least is that once you get up to that last boss, once in the Gauntlet, it unlocks a boss for you to fight outside of the Gauntlet. So you can at least like try, you could practice it and you know, like learn the fight rather than you get to the end just to fucking like have to learn the fight or some shit.
Right.
Nonetheless, for me, I lost my patience on the second to last Gauntlet. I got up to the end, I unlocked the boss there. I went and fought him a bunch of times. I got the download. I got back to him. I lost. I was like, I don't fucking feel like doing this. That friend got up. He never, if I'm not mistaken, he never beat the last Gauntlet because I think that eventually hit his breaking point or so. He was just kind of done with it. But he got up to the last boss of the last Gauntlet. And it was like, and I'm like, I would like to see that boss. I would love to fight that boss. I just hate that I have to do the stupid ass Gauntlet to fucking get there.
Right.
That's my problem. But yeah, no. When it comes to like these kinds of games, he's very much, you know.
Yeah. I mean, this is the tactic.
This sucks. This fucking sucks.
This
is garbage.
No,
this is Mega Man. This is X6.
Yeah.
This is X6.
If they didn't have the laser beams, it would be fair. But that shit. That boss is shit. Always take that boss first if he ever shows up.
That is Mega Man X6.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, Mega Man X6.
If you notice, I'm avoiding all the powers when they offer me nuts because I don't use any of the power.
Okay, man of his word.
Yeah. It's just they're nice, but they're not better than the blaster or the sword.
They me.
I'm not saying that because like I'm good at the game or anything. It's just they're not helpful, and you using them is distraction. Is a distraction. I don't know.
Because they just fill the screen with shit or something.
Not even. It's just like the blaster is the better option. The sword is the better option.
Okay.
And you thinking like, oh, now I could use this situationally. It's like it's not worth it because you can just use the blaster or the sword. Yeah,
that's how I felt about that game. Have a Nice Death. I'm not gonna. Well, no, kind of no, not really, but
it's like Sekiro. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh, he got sad. Oh, he's so sad.
No. I don't know. I'm always like, not always, but just like sometimes I kind of just seeing. I can't English right now, or trying to think of what I'm trying to say. But sometimes I see some games that ape that formula, and I'm like, but it's not like they ape Sekiro and then just like do it kind of the way Sekiro did, but not as good. And I'm like, bro, Sekiro's not even the best way to do Sekiro, man. Like in my opinion, Sekiro is like a fucking great game.
Yeah,
it's a great game.
Step. A good first
yeah,
step.
In terms of that kind of gameplay, like I mean, for example, I would put something like I think Metal Gear Rising is better, in my opinion.
Right.
Like because it in like I don't know how to put it. In Metal Gear Rising, like there's
the blocking mechanic has kind of the same. Where you can smash it.
Yeah, you can mash it, but the thing is just that, like, for example, in Metal Gear Rising, you're much more equipped to handle like multiple enemies, for example. Right. Like in Sekiro, you just kind of can't really, like, you have to keep trying to turn them, but if you have more than one enemy trying to fight you, it gets kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But like in Metal Gear Rising, you could do your block is directional. So like if you got you got a guy that's like, you know, a dude in front of you that's essentially going like bop bop bop, and then in between that break is a guy on your right doing one attack. You can go like forward block, right block, forward block, and that just feels so much cooler, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I see more depth to that.
Yeah.
Even in like, granted, the more I play Wolong, the more I kind of see the cracks in the game, but I still like it. But it's just like it does fall victim to the kind of the same shit that Sekiro did,
right.
Where it just doesn't make sense to do. Like, why would you just not do, like, using magic and skills in Wolong's fucking pointless.
Right.
Unless you just want to be cool, or you get like the god roll, or not the god roll, but you get lucky with the weapon you get, and it's like actually has a useful skill. Most of the time, nothing beats just doing the heavy attack on your weapon.
Right.
But then I look at something like, also, you know, I guess on the subject of Wolong, made by Team Ninja, you take fucking Stranger of Paradise. Stranger of Paradise also has that same Sekiro like time block type shit. Like it's kind of centered around that mechanic.
Yeah.
But in that game, you are using your skills all the time. You are always using your kit. That's kind of always my thing with Sekiro. Just like you don't use the kit, and not just, or like you can, but it's just like you just do it just to do it. But you don't. Game doesn't incentivize you to do it. Like I've been recently I've been on a big, well, I guess I'm kind of done with it now, but like Doom Eternal kick, playing through it on Nightmare and doing all the stuff, and like that game is like a sweat fest. But the thing is that game, like in Doom 2016, and this is kind of like, you know, some people love it, some people hate it kind of shit. In Doom 2016, you had all your guns, but you could like fall back on the ones that you wanted to use, and you just kind of use those, and it works. In Doom Eternal, you have to use your entire kit all the time, because
I really like that though.
Yeah, because like essentially what they did, which is lower the amount of ammo you can carry. So you're always going to run out of ammo for the gun that, like, if you're trying to rely on one gun, you're gonna run out of ammo for that gun like immediately. And then on top of that, they designed the enemies in a way
where you have to use a specific weapon.
And like that is, like, in my opinion, that's like masterful design.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising from a Doom game that is the, like, that's just so smart. They could have just kept it, you know, butt slop fucking first person shooter, boomer shooter type thing, but they really
like
went all
advanced
out on that shit.
Yeah, and granted, like, and the thing is that with that game, it's like, I think if you gave someone like, hey, play Doom Eternal on fucking Nightmare as like their first go around, it's probably gonna be like
no
fucking
way.
pulling teeth.
Yeah. No way.
But the thing is that, like, playing that game, by the end, it's like, funny enough, by the end of it, it gets so, like, especially in the DLC, it gets so fucking ridiculous with the amount of shit they throw at you, how long some of the fights might go, and like just the mix-ups. It gets like, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
But like everything before that point, and the way that I had to use my kit, like I rarely hit a roadblock when I was playing through it on Nightmare, even though it's like, I think it's objectively hard, and you have to be like fucking on Adderall to play that game or some shit. The fact of the matter is that like the game prepares you for it, and you're always using your kit, all of the time. So all it's asking you to do is do it better,
right?
And have more situational awareness. But like, anyway, I guess what I'm trying to get to here is just that, like, games that have like this wide array of shit to do, and then you never do it, is just kind of like, like
Missed
fucking
opportunity. It was like,
yeah, it's a missed opportunity. Like Ghost of Tsushima, I see that game specifically. Like that's like I guess I'm just going down. I went through the whole game.
Yeah,
just
I
literally
haven't
doing-
played it recently, but it's like, does it have that many things for you to do besides stealth and katana shit? I can't remember.
Yeah. No, that's all that there. I mean, you have like poison stuff, but that's more stealth shit. But
Yeah.
really, what I'm talking about more is just the just the fact that there is stealth shit. And like personally, when I played the game, and I played it on hard.
Yeah.
Not the hardest difficulty, but then I started playing through the hardest difficulty, and it started kind of like clicking a bit more. But playing through it on hard, I literally went and just like I would walk into a base and be like, "Fight me, pussies!"
Yeah.
Just and that's and like the whole time that's a whole different story with me.
But that's also like so like if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, like that's the type of game that's how you kind of wanted to play the game.
It.
Like
yeah.
you wanted that narrative of like, oh, you are a samurai, you walking into challenging these things, you do not do the stealth shit, you are a guy kick ass. Whereas like I had a completely different experience. Like I wanted to be the Ronin, I wanted to do stealth. I love stealth action games. So that for me, like, yeah, maybe I could have gotten through the thing faster if I had just, you know, mollywopped everybody. But I definitely prefer to play Ghost of Tsushima the stealth route.
Yeah, okay, that maybe was bad. Okay, it wasn't wise of me to bring that up in terms of like not using your kit. That was more just like that's just more my issue with like the distance between where you can play the game and the way the story portrays you. But does that even matter? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. There's no. It always plays out the same way. Like you literally will. I went through the whole game. Like pretty much after they were like, "Yo, that's dishonorable." I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's a Sucker Punch game. They have a morality system, probably."
Yeah.
That's like that's meta as fuck knowledge, but still, it's like okay, you know, I figure maybe, but this game they learned their lessons from the previous, from like Infamous, and they're not gonna have like a ham-fisted, awkward as fuck morality system. It's gonna be a much more natural one. And so I just went through the whole game, and I would not do stealth, except there were the points in the game where they force you to do it.
Yeah.
And then those are the points where the cutscenes kick, and they're like, "You're losing your honor." It's like I had no choice.
Yeah, exactly.
I literally had no
made
choice.
Me do it.
It's like they go, "Hey, there's too many. Like the Mongolians are all up in there. We have to poison their fucking like their beer or whatever in order to win." It's like, or we could just walk in there and fuck them up like we always do.
Yeah.
That's like. That kill. Anyway, not what we're talking about. So like, yeah, it's kind of a shame in this game that you know the powers are ass.
Yep. Like, yeah, again, you can see I'm not using it. I have a power. They make you get a power at first. Like, you have no choice but to get the power at the end instead of money. And it's like as soon as they start offering money, you go for the money. Because I have not used this power. Like, I'll use it right now. It's cool. It's really cool. Watch this. Papa. It doesn't kill anything.
Okay, yeah, or you could you literally could have just shot him and killed him in like fucking a fraction.
Papa.
Yeah, or you could go. Stop it.
I'm using it. I'm doing it. Yeah, I never go for powers.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Man. Well, what can you do, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can like do it.
I guess that's also like a point against roguelites because like every.
What the fuck? Oh shit! Smash Bros.
I don't think I've ever done something like this. This is new to me. This is new. Yeah. Huh.
Do you break those things?
Okay. I'm sorry. I was taken aback.
On you. Brain processing.
Mission start.
So I do what now?
Go. What was it? Yeah, Smash Brothers. Luckily, I have this shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Cheat. You can cheat. I don't know what's about me. What was I saying?
Just using the powers in this game, I think is what we're talking about.
Okay, yeah. I don't need to use them.
Yeah.
So detriment of being a roguelike, like
Oh yeah.
There are you might get lucky. You have to get lucky to get, you know, abilities that synergize well with each other, because you can have like, you can get an ultimate build.
Yeah.
On one run and not on the other, and then you have no power over that. You just have to adapt.
Yeah.
But like,
I guess
maybe
yeah.
you want a build, you know, and you can't get access to it.
Yeah, I guess it depends how you like it. I mean, I guess considering I would probably prefer the way this game does it, because I would like the fact that, like, at the very least, the consistency is the fact that my base shit always works.
Yeah.
As opposed to having to, like, kind of rely on RNG for the God roll, which I think is like that. A game that does that, you know, is a story for a different time. Because I could talk about fucking that game all day.
Name it.
Name it. Skull.
Oh, fuck. Yo.
Next time on Fish Truck TV.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.